Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh, yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.
And we're live, guys. How goes it, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Howdy, y'all. What up?
Howdy ho.
Oh man. Oh man, my favorite panda of them all.
I try my best, and I thought a panda was very suitable, considering my name is Rice. It's a little racist, but it also kind of goes along with my alter ego, Fetty Wap. So Fetty Wap appears as a panda, and this is how I identify for this podcast. I identify as a panda.
So
my
good.
pronouns are pan and duh.
Duh, panda.
Duh, panda.
Oh
Alright,
my
guys,
gosh.
I don't know if my microphone sounds low. Do I sound okay to you two?
You sound
You
gorgeous.
sound right.
Okay.
Sound all right?
Audience, let me know. It looks like my decibel levels are pretty low on OBS. I'm just curious. I know Zoom might sound good, but I wonder if the audience is hearing good volume right now.
Good point.
We're live on X. We're live on YouTube. We are live on Meta. We're live on multiple accounts on multiple platforms. So go ahead and share hashtag Not Another Bitcoin Podcast. Shout out to Asvoria, our sponsor of the podcast, as well as Fio. Why don't you go ahead and join Fio today at Join Fio on X. Give them a follow. Go ahead.
You just confused me, Ken, because you said Fio and Fio in the same
I do
sentence.
that all the time. Trust me.
But which is it? Which is it?
Yeah, exactly. I get messages from the sponsor, and they're like, "Can you stop?" And I'm like, "Nah." I fucking love
You're
Fio.
just gonna confuse everybody else. You're gonna confuse everybody so much worse.
But it
Fio,
gets everybody to talk about it.
It
you know,
should be
gets it on their mind.
FIO, so we can just call it Fio.
Yeah, because they're like, which is it? Let me look it up.
And it's just 3 letters.
So
Like,
shout out to those
IO.
sponsors. Shout out to Montage Token for sponsoring the spaces I'll be doing on the weekend. I got an upcoming Spaces Sunday night. So go ahead and go look for that. Hashtag Not Another Bitcoin Spaces, and you can set your reminder. Miggy, how goes it, bro? Thanks for showing up.
Yo, what's up? Thanks for coming, everybody. Sorry we didn't get to do our episode yesterday. So hope you had a long weekend and it was good. But man, I'm doing good. Just staying busy. Super excited for next week. We got our flights. We got our hotel. We're gonna be at Mining Disrupt. most likely disrupting something, hopefully for fun. But
What's next
yeah, I'm
week?
excited. Mining
Next
Disrupt.
week, Mining Disrupt. Yeah, it's
Oh,
Mining
okay. It's
The
in
Disrupt in Miami.
24th to the
Miami.
26th. Yeah, it's in Miami.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, and there's another one that I think we need to put on. We need to look at that's been on my radar that I keep forgetting about is permissionless. I need to
Oh
figure out when
fuck
that is,
yes.
but I'm super excited, to go to Miami. Haven't been in like 2 years, I think. So happy to be out there.
Yeah,
How
All right.
thank
goes it,
you
guys?
to Bit Basel. Shout out to Bit Basel for inviting me and Miggy to be media partners for the Rare Evo event. We got media passes, so we did get free tickets. That is kind of them. We don't have to sneak in, but if you're in the area and you don't have a ticket, hit us up. We'll try to leave a backdoor crack for you guys. You know what I mean? You know how we roll. And if you just want to hang out in general, me and Miggy will be in town for a couple days in Miami. We're always down to hang out with the bros. Probably hit up a pizza store and get something to eat anyway. So
Yes.
why not just like have an impromptu meetup with the bros? If you guys are in town, just hit us up. Let us know in our
Wait,
telegrams.
you said Rare Evo. Are they having something
I
to
meant
do with this?
shit. I didn't mean rare. I
Oh,
meant
Mining
God
Disrupt.
damn it.
Where
I
Evo's
meant
in
You're
the
August.
confusing me,
event.
man. Fio. I
I'm
mean,
confused. All right, well, here, how do you think
it's
I
10
do? We have
o'clock
like
at night. The
6
brain is turned
conferences
off.
going to.
Yeah,
I know. We
Maybe.
have a list though of so many conferences. I just tweeted it out the other day, and there's like 7 of them that we're going to, and half of them we're speaking at. The other half were media, and so I meant to say Mining Disrupt. If you're in Miami and you don't have a ticket to Mining Disrupt, definitely hit us up. Rare Evo is in Vegas, and they also
Yes.
invited us as well. We will be there.
I should be there as well.
we got our media passes to go there, so we'll
I did
definitely be there
media
in
last
Vegas.
year. I did media last year. I was supposed to interview Charles Hoskinson, and it ended up being what they call Vegas sick. So I had to postpone that. Kind of interesting, but I do plan on.
You say that like it's like you got something from a sex worker or something. Like
No, that's actually what Charles said because
Vegas sick.
I got I drank too much the night before and just was too
Oh
hammered
gosh.
and hung over and just was not
No.
in a mental space to even think I could even get through it. So I canceled it.
I've
He was
been-
cool.
Yeah, I get
He was
that.
cool. I
I've been
mean,
there
we
with the
got
cannabis in Vegas,
some pass. We got some pass with Chucky.
Nice.
IOHK, that's my boy, bro.
That's funny. Do you know we have the same birthday, the exact same birthday?
You and
And
Chucky,
me and yeah,
Hosky.
Charles.
We
Husky.
have a friend that that was at Consensus 2019. There was an event. I can't remember the name of the project, but Charles was there speaking. And as soon as I start talking about what happened, Ken will remember. But this individual was given to wear temporarily the jacket of Charles Hoskinson, that brown leather jacket, and he sat on the stage and pretended to be Charles Hoskinson talking right in front of Charles Hoskinson. Do you remember this at all, Ken?
Yeah, yeah.
With Euclid?
Funny. Yeah, Euclid's my boy, bro.
He looks really eerily similar to Charles. I'll send you a picture, Miggy.
I mean, just talking
that's
to
cool.
Oaks, Mystic.
Mystical Oaks and Euclid.
Yeah, I was just talking to her the other day.
Yeah, they've kind of taken a back seat for a while.
Yeah, they well deserved. I hope he comes back though. 'Tis the season for some Yuki.
He should just come out and just be
Nice.
Charles Hoskinson and just play as a alternate version of Charles Hoskinson and just create his own channel and everything and just troll everybody.
Just be a fork of Charles.
And he can go on his Bigfoot adventures.
A fork of Charles. What would that be? What's the
It's so
ticker?
annoying, dude. My volume looks half as loud as you guys, so I'm just gonna lower your volume so I'm not super low. But I don't.
What
know
are
if,
people
like-
What are people saying?
I don't know. Nobody's chatting. We have,
Well,
like,
these people suck,
watching,
man. What is it? Too late for
yeah.
them to? Are they too lazy? It's 10 o'clock at night, or maybe 7 on the West Coast. Is it too lazy for all these bros to type?
Let me see if I got any on YouTube, guys. Let me
Come on,
know if
gang,
the
gang.
audio is really low
We need
or
some
not.
feedback.
Feels like
You're
I'm
the
like,
other half of the
B&B.
show.
Yeah, you are low here. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I don't know what to do about that at
Hmm.
the moment.
Well, just
It's not
turn us
super low.
down. Turn us down. Jack yourself up.
Is it sending to the right mic or the right speaker? Or wait, no, the other
No, it
mic.
is. Everything is. I'm just gonna try real quick to see if it's like a sensitivity thing, because it could just be the
Nice
sensitivity.
These
Fucking
avatars are pretty cool.
bullshit. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I like when we do I like the cows and the wolf.
Yeah, I did a video intro as a potato on a couple shows. I called it rice potato.
It's fine.
All right, mic check.
That's all.
Hey, there we go. Now it's fixed.
Word.
Yeah,
Nice.
dude, it was my fucking mic sensitivity. Somehow, some magical way, got adjusted, and I never touched that. So
Yeah,
I got hacked.
that's what
Saboteur.
you're not
It's a
sensitive
saboteur.
anymore. Is what your mic lost its sensitivity. What are you doing to that poor microphone, Kenny?
Now it's woke.
All right, guys. Sorry about. I mean, yeah, you got to let me know about the audio quality. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate
Yeah,
that.
thanks.
D&D. All right,
Word
so
up.
what have you been up to recently, Rice? How goes it? Fill us in.
All's been well, man. I appreciate you having me on the show, and I did let you know earlier, like anytime you have like a situation with a guest ditching, hit me up. I'll definitely try to be fill in as much as possible. I can't always promise that 10 o'clock p.m. I'll be ready to go, but I will do my best if you guys ever have any situations so that you don't have to miss any shows per se. I've been doing good, man. Just been doing the content thing, living life, trying to coordinate, doing that at the same time. Because a lot of times when you do content, it kind of consumes your life and it makes it hard to do other things. And if you're trying to go to the gym, doing things just to be healthy and have personal time, you got to manage all that. And I took a lot of time off, and now I'm trying to ease back into the idea of incorporating some of the things I was doing during the time off and also doing content, trying to make sure I'm putting out quality content versus quantity of content. Instead of putting out like 5 videos a week or so, maybe 6 like I used to, I'm putting out on average about 3 right now. Plus, with the market being like it is, it doesn't make a lot of sense as a crypto content creator to be putting out content every day.
I won't take it personal.
I mean, you've
Yeah.
been on a long break, so you don't really you got to do what
That
you
is
got to do to
true.
you got to do what you got to do to catch up. But I'm just saying in general. I was just I mean, we've seen it both with each other over the years. Like, I've put on weight, you put on weight, you lost weight, I've lost weight, and all of that was because what we were doing was consuming ourselves with being content creators in social media. And when you unplugged is when you had a chance to get healthier. And when I unplugged, I had a chance to get healthier. But it seems as if while you're plugged in, you got to be unhealthy. So I'm trying to find that balance.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I'm about to join
Yeah.
the gym myself. The gym that I want to join is about a 30-minute walk away from the house. So I get a 30-minute warm-up walk. I get to the gym, work out, 30-minute cool-down walk home. I think that's a fair
Smart
amount
move.
of cardio. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to be taking more proactive steps. Plus, I got fucking island boys trying to fight me and shit. So I might be getting in shape for some karate combat.
Yeah, buddy, do it.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
hilarious.
regarding the karate combat thing, I've said to you personally, Ken, that I would fight only one individual. There's only one, and it's because it is slightly personal. I do consider the person a friend, and I would kind of like to knock some sense into this individual and kind of bring him back to reality. And I am talking about Ben Armstrong, BitBoy Crypto.
Oh
J-Chain.
no, he can't be. You can't call him that. He can't.
He's calling him.
that.
He's supposedly calling himself that. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely want to fill you in on the whole Ben Armstrong situation since you were kind of MIA when all that was going on.
I had no. Yeah, I have like
It's
zero
just-
clue
it's-
what's happening. All I,
I
know
don't wanna
is
do
the
it now.
real- Oh, I get it. I just.
It's
all I know is
emotionally
what was
draining
on,
because
like,
of
the
how
news.
much-
Yeah.
How much was going on? The only thing I will say regarding that, now go back to the karate combat. J-Chain challenged me because of something that I had said on watching watching the fight live with Ben Armstrong, the very first fight that took place in Mexico. That's where they did the first fight with the content
Mexico.
creators, the Influencer Fight
Nice.
Club.
Yeah.
And before, so the whole J-Chains was doing that to distract the fact that I was challenging Ben, and just Ben wouldn't accept, because I feel like he's probably, in my opinion, making sure that who he fights, whether or not they could legitimately beat him, don't actually beat him, and that he actually wins. The game's rigged, unfortunately, so I think that's kind of what's going on with that. But regarding that whole situation, I haven't had a chance to talk to Miggy.
Yeah.
the
But
the day that Hit Network made a private announcement to content creators and influencers in a Telegram group was on a Sunday. During that weekend, there was a crypto event going on that Ben Armstrong was at, that Miggy was at. I can't remember where and what event that was. Do you know what I'm talking about, Miggy?
I don't remember honestly. The last one I can remember really seeing
This
him at
would have
was at
been like
Revo.
May of last year, so it might have been right.
The last one I was at last year was Consensus.
It wouldn't have been Consensus,
Um,
but you guys were at the
and
same place, and then that
I went to
the
Denver and Consensus. I think that was
it
it.
might have been East Denver. I was thinking an
Uh,
East event, but I wasn't
yeah,
100% sure.
this is the end of February,
That
beginning of
feels
May.
maybe I'm off with my timeline, but yeah, because I think I had reached out to you asking you like if you had heard anything because I like to be a detective and I just dug in because at the time I
Yeah.
mean I still do consider Ben Armstrong a friend. It's just we're at odds with one another. But
Yeah, was that?
all those guys I consider a friend. And TJ, who was the partner of Ben Armstrong
Do
with
you
Hit
think
Network.
they still consider you a friend after all that shit, though?
What shit?
You trying to knock sense into Ben. You like, you know what I mean? Do you think?
Yeah,
you
well,
can-
he for whatever reason he still follows me on X.
Oh,
You know,
well,
and
that's nice.
he
Okay.
could unfollow me. He also knows that I'm sitting on a question in the interview that got omitted that I told him I would leave omitted. So I mean, if he wants to really do something really underhanded, I could just release that portion of the interview that I told him I wouldn't issue, because there's some incriminating information. I mean, he
I
actually
get it. No, I just think it's cool he's still following
he
you
didn't
after
even
all
he
that.
didn't want the interview coming out when it did. He wanted me based off of supposedly his attorneys who never contacted me. They wanted me to wait to release the interview because they felt like there was some incriminating information in there, and because Ben did the interview with Altcoin Daily, he promised me that they weren't going to ask him any questions about Hit Network or any of the stuff. It was all about him moving forward. And that was quite the opposite. And they allowed Altcoin Daily to have the first published interview with him when I had the first actual interview. When I finally released it, it wasn't with his permission, but I told him I was going to do it. And he knew what I was sitting on. So he was like, I really can't stop you. And that's kind of where it was at. But it was because of some very underhandedness on his end. And, you know, the thing was, I'm a content creator who's been, just like you, who's heavily shadow banned. I don't think Altcoin Daily needs any more attention to help their channel out. They have
No.
over 1 million subscribers. Can't somebody throw a bone to a smaller channel to help us get out of the shadows a little bit? So, you know, the whole thing, I told you, like, and I don't have a problem saying this, like, on a live stream or to people's faces, but a lot of people that we have called friends in the space have changed and aren't who they were when we called them friends.
I
lot
know,
of
that's
people-
a lot
Crazy to
of
see
dude.
how-
I ran in. Yeah, get Mickey.
I was gonna say, yeah, it is crazy to see how quick people switch up and, you know, where loyalties really lie. You know, when it comes to
And egos and
Yeah.
all this stuff, man. Like, just thinking your shit doesn't stink.
Ooh,
Right.
Excuse me. My kitty
Excuse
cat.
me.
yeah. I remember when the Ben stuff started really kind of falling apart or whatever. I went to dinner with him. It was one of the conferences in Miami. That was whenever he first like Cassie first met him, and when we were hanging out with him, and then
That's an interesting
weird.
situation. I mean, I definitely would, like I said, I would like to feel.
It was
Ken
cool though. I
on
mean, he
the
paid
whole
for he
thing
bought
that
his
happened.
dinner. You know, it was chill.
Dude, I mean,
But then
he's-
after that, everything just kind of like spiraled out of control. Like,
he
the
sponsored
fuck?
my channel.
I was like, what is
Through
going on over
it
here?
was through BitSwap Dex because he had that going on for a little bit, which was a white labeled Dex aggregator, and he had his Bitcoin, not Bitcoin. What is it? He had a coin, but it wasn't Ben.
Oh,
But I was promoting the BitSwap Dex, and when he stopped, when that became it just wasn't profitable, he wanted to change it to, and I forget the name of that Kelly runs, the education BitLab Academy. So I would say for 14 months, he sponsored my channel and gave me X amount for 14 months, and was very supportive. And he brought him and along with other people at Hit Network brought me on their channel every week for Around the Blockchain. Got me amazing exposure. So I mean, I'm very thankful to Ben Armstrong in a lot of ways. But it's just like I said, some people change and some people change for the worst. And, I've had a lot of very heart-to-heart conversations with him where he was, while he was trying to think I was one of the few friends he could talk to, he was lying to me about so much stuff that I know he was lying to me about, but I couldn't disclose the information based off the sources that gave me the information that let me know he was lying. So it was a very tricky situation to be in. Because me and Ken have known Ben Armstrong, like, me and Ben started around the same time period in 2018. Ken was already out. Everybody looked up to Ken, and when the conferences were going on, we all hung out together, and it was just normal stuff. But like I said, some people change.
Yeah, I've been seeing some people at conferences since I got back into the swing of things, and I noticed who ducks me and who hugs me. I've been ducked by quite
Are people actually ducking you?
Oh yeah, bro. I ain't naming names because it ain't about that. But
yeah, no, I was just curious.
People I definitely were like really close with are just ducking me. But I get it. Like they don't know what the fuck I've been up to for like 2 years. I could be like Hannibal Lecter now. You know what I mean? I went.
Or just based off the past, it's like just not wanting to be attached to some. Because you're kind of. I mean. That's why I'm kind of glad you came back.
Boys are calling me a scammer and trying to fist fight me bare knuckle. Yeah, I am controversial.
Here's the thing. I'm going to have to research this entire situation because if I find out, and I'm telling you this to your face, Kenn Bosak, if I find out that you're scamming people, you're going to have a bigger problem than the Island Boys.
Well, I can tell you I'm definitely scamming people in some way, but probably not in.
If I gotta go like scam buster and pull a little big midget or a Jorg Molt on you, wouldn't that be ironic?
I'm gonna change my name from Ken to. Scam.
We could use a midget.
No, Con. I could be called Kenn Bosak.
You could be Jorg Bosak.
Scam Bosak.
Kenneth Molt, little big Kenneth Molt.
Hey man, somebody's got to take all the money from these D-list celebrities. You know what I mean? Who else is gonna do it?
We'll just be Robin.
Yeah, bro. Gotta teach them a lesson.
I'll take the money from the D-list and give it to the E-list.
There you go. We'll buy other people's NFT projects and their PFPs.
Those guys, man, those guys have just ended up turning into something very sad. I mean, what they started out as was very sad as far as their hot tub, love, romance, rap scene. But the stuff that I've seen.
Did you hear about the controversy with that? Apparently, they didn't even that's not their song. It's some other dude who made that song, and they just were singing his shit in that hot
like
tub.
A Milli Milli Vanilli.
Kind of.
But Milli Vanilli stealing a song.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, kind of. Because I forget the dude's name, but
I think they sold that song, so I would imagine that either there was a settlement or there's an ongoing lawsuit. But they were doing some really weird things, like making out with each other.
Yeah.
Very, very, very.
Nah, dude, that was deep fake. It was AI. It was deep fake, man. It was it's face swap. They used face swap.
No, those guys are like the epitome of what would you do for $10,000? And it's like, okay, well, here you go. This is because it's not much that people are throwing at them to do these things to remain somewhat relevant in an unrelevant world.
That is true.
But it's interesting, dude. Like I told you, I woke up to that post on social media with one of the Island Boys calling you out, and I was like, it just flipped my world. It was a very interesting way to wake up. It was like almost being like thinking that something happened with CERN and we're now in another alternate Earth. I'd keep thinking that happens because it's like I wake up one day and like everything is different. Again, Kenn Bosak likes Solana.
Well, he DM'd me, said he's getting his brother after me too, so apparently both of them are going to be coming. I'm waiting to hear from him. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
Are they going to try to tag team you, or are you going to get a partner? Is Miggy going to help you?
They better sneak
They're going to Eiffel Tower him.
He does have an OnlyFans.
If this
dude,
is happening,
maybe
I
we
might
can
have to,
collab.
They're gonna Eiffel Tower him.
I may have to manage you guys and escort you to the ring or something.
Yeah, no, we'll tag team. I'll be his backup for sure.
I'm gonna do KY wrestling in a kiddie pool with the Island Boys on their OnlyFans page.
But just speed up.
That sounds too kinky, Ken. And you know the bad thing is that if that actually happened, it wouldn't surprise me.
First one to get a
Sponsored by
boner
Karate
loses.
Combat. Yeah, first one to get a
I don't think there's anything that you could do that would surprise me. I mean, you get basically not allowed into your own party
Oh god.
because of the way you're dressed when other people dressed as you get in the party because it's Halloween.
I love that
It's
story.
so great that people are there for that we're there to see that go down, because it's really hard to get people to believe that shit. Like, I see their eyes go like, whatever, bro, when I tell this story. So I stopped telling that story. Because, like, coming from me, but coming from other people, I feel like they actually, like, they get it. Like, dude, I couldn't get into my own shit because I looked like me, and somebody who looked like me on purpose got in.
Here's something else I'll say. You know, I mean, one thing I did notice over the past couple years since you've been like kind of MIA and stuff the last year and a half is like when Ben Armstrong would go to a conference, he would have a lot of people behind him wanting to talk to him. When I would go to conferences with you, we were talking to important people.
Yeah.
Hanging out with like Charles Hoskinson, Charlie Lee, Fluffy Pony, just the various people and the important executives and stuff that we have talked to. So it's like there's a completely different element of the kind of people that you attract and talk to versus a content creator like Ben Armstrong. And I think
trust
that
me, I know, man.
a lot of those people, I think, have strived to have even like just half of the legend of Kenn Bosak.
Well, their problem is they're trying, and I never tried.
Oh,
dude. Like,
Ben did that. Ben did that. He tried your whole shtick for a minute, man. Like going out like I said this is like way too far. Ken wouldn't even go. Ken would not go sit outside of Sam Bankman-Fried's house.
No,
Right?
dude, I saw that on the news. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was wacky, bro.
Now
That
I
was
found out in
insane.
retrospect that whole thing was staged and organized, so that actually didn't happen the way that it appeared to
Oh,
happen.
good. That's even better. Yeah, I would stage it. I would totally fake some shit like that and make everybody think I'm outside. Yeah, so
But he
wasn't
did.
far
But
off.
the first time he went to Bahamas, he took things too far. So I mean, I think he was going that element, and then he just got into a couple ass kissing moments. One of which was he was when he was like really on his anti Sam Bankman-Fried trip and talking about Mr. Wonder. What is his name? Kevin
O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary was like
Yeah.
coming to the aid of Sam Bankman-Fried and speaking at political committee hearings and stuff. And Ben was like talking shit about Kevin O'Leary, Sam Bankman-Fried, and all this. And that same time period, and this is Consensus or NFT NYC, one of the two, but he was in New York, ran into Kevin O'Leary
Oh gosh,
and started fanboying and talking to him
that's hilarious.
instead of like giving him shit
Yeah.
like he was on his rants on his show, which is really interesting. That same event, which I think it was Consensus, but again, it might have been an NFT NYC. Alex Mashinsky's wife was speaking, and
Okay.
Alex was there after the Celsius shit. This is last year. Alex was there. I think it was last year. Alex was there, and Ben was with Tiffany Fong, and they had recorded trying to like have conversation where you could see Alex just like scooting away and trying to avoid Ben Armstrong, but he tried pulling a Kenn Bosak with that shit, and just didn't pull.
You know what's
pull it
funny?
off
I
the
had
way.
to like make sure I didn't do that myself at Consensus, because I kept seeing fucking Brian Rose. That dude is such a scammer. bro.
yeah.
Oh, is he there?
Yeah,
He
Like
was there,
London
yeah.
Real?
He got
Dude, I wanted to do
interviews
it
The
and he
so
was
freedom
on
bad.
platform. Send me
He's
money
such
so
a
I can
scammer,
create a
bro.
freedom platform.
So
But I didn't.
funny,
I was
yeah.
invited by CoinDesk, and like I didn't have to sneak in this year, and it's been a while, so I didn't want to be like, you know what I mean? but like let me find that dude again. You know what I mean? Or give me a couple more conferences. So like,
or let the
I mean,
Island Boys beat you up to the point that you're famous, and then then you could just go
beat
back to
him
doing
up.
what you did.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't want to like to make a scene because it's like I'm just getting back into the scene. But yeah, I saw Brian.
Listen
Rose
to you
and
being
the
politically
fucking
correct.
Bullshit, bro. And I was like, look, let me just like bite my tongue. But I saw him like twice, and I said if I see him one more time, it's it. Game over. I'm calling him out. And dude got lucky, right, Miggy? We didn't see him again after that.
Well, I saw him.
But it's like it's like watching my
Oh.
little brother grow up in real time, man. Because I couldn't get you to do that with York. I was like, hey, I got an interview with him, man. Let me handle this.
Mhm.
And then when I went
Yeah.
to at the end, it was the end of the
But that
day.
dude tried to
I went
fist
down and
fight
smoked
me,
a
bro.
cigarette.
Like,
Well, you got up in his face calling him a scammer. I mean, I would do it too.
but I wasn't in his face.
I don't remember what
He
was
took
Little
it-
Big Midget's reaction because that dude was pretty big. That's why we call him Little Big
Yeah.
Midget.
Yeah, he definitely could have put up a fight. I'll tell you that much. But he would have just been uppercutting my nipple the whole time.
I mean, here's the thing. The unfortunate
That's
thing is
funny.
the majority of crypto is a scam. So all you would be doing is calling out everybody else in
Yeah,
your
it's
peer,
a waste of
nobody,
time,
and then
dude.
nobody's going to want to have anything to do with you. The majority,
I just that
literally, the
dude-
majority of
you know
crypto
what
is
I
a
mean?
scam.
There's
The
certain
projects
people,
with
though.
real utility and stuff, people don't even care about that. They want speculation and non-existent projects so they can like gamble on it. They don't care about utility. They don't care about us moving forward away from fiat money, being your own bank. None of that stuff. It kind of very much disgusts me. But I feel like there still needs to be people like us in the space reminding people.
Well, speaking of us in
Tell
the
the
space,
truth.
are you going to be going to conferences? I haven't seen you at any yet.
Yeah, where are
Like,
you gonna
what the
be at?
fuck?
Where you
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
at?
I mean, I was gonna come to consensus, but shit, I just couldn't
It
find
was
a.
great.
Yeah, but it didn't seem like I missed much. I do plan on going to Bitcoin, Litecoin, and I guess shitcoin if it's happening.
I mean, I posted in the group chat. I think we should focus on Miami for like something towards the end of the year or something for next year.
Okay, because I noticed the website didn't have anything on it, so I didn't think. I thought maybe just that there was no venue found. So I plan on going to Litecoin and Bitcoin. But the problem actually right now
Nice.
with Bitcoin is my media contact is no longer there, and I put in media requests, and I've been a media partner with them for 3 years.
Aren't
I've
you
been-
in
I've
the influencer chat?
Yeah, I messaged Adam, but I
Well,
usually
there's a new guy. He said he took over for the media team. He's
Oh, he's in the
doing the
group.
media stuff. Yeah, he's in the group chat. I forget
I'll
his
message
name.
you after this so you can pinpoint me to his name so I can message him because that's exactly what I need. Because I've
Yeah,
been a
they
media
just
partner.
posted like the other week in the BTC
Yeah, I'll
Nashville
search
one.
for. I'll just search in the search thing.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you for telling me that. So, but I was planning on if they didn't give me a media pass, I would have just pulled a Bozak in 2019 and just, or pulled a Rice at Magical Crypto. Actually, no, I snuck into consensus in
Rice.
2019 as well. I pulled a Bozak
yeah.
twice, and I outdid Bozak by sneaking into a conference and then be given
Oh,
a VIP
fuck you, the
badge.
Magic Crypto Friends. Yeah, I'll
And
never
then I
ever
got,
forget
and
that.
then I got to get
Nice.
one of these gift bags that had all 4 of the Magical Crypto Friend stuffed animals, and it also had
the
these
collectible NFT coins.
collectible
you
NFT
dick.
coins that's supposed to
Oh,
have
cool.
tokens.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
That's
And a
so
bunch of other
cool.
things.
But you know what? I got to get Charlie Lee's badge. So I was the creator of Litecoin for like a half hour.
We both were because I have pictures with the same badge. We were fanboying over that because Charlie Lee wanted some food. The food trucks were outside, and people with the VIP badge could get food from the food truck. Ken wanted
Yes.
some food, was talking about it, and I forget how it occurred. I don't know if Charlie overheard him, but Charlie
No, Charlie
asked-
didn't want to go outside to get his food.
Right,
in the
but
rain,
Charlie,
so I
right, so he
offered.
asked, and then you.
No,
could
yeah,
get
I
food for
saw him
yourself
look at
and
the
him.
rain, and he turned right back around. He was like, "I ain't going out there." I was like, "Hey,
Yeah,
Charlie, you
and
want me to go get you something?"
what we
bro?
did was we ordered our food, and then we took turns because it was raining. We were under an awning, and then after we were waiting for our food, we were underneath the awning so we wouldn't get wet, taking pictures of each other with Charlie Lee's
Nice.
badge. We also
That's awesome.
took a like a cardboard styrofoam cutout because they had the 4 different
we
animals.
took 'em
They
on
have
took 'em
each
on an
one.
adventure all day.
And Fluffy Pony wasn't able to make it in person to this event. There was something that happened, so there was a what do you call those? What was that machine that they had the iPad on that was strolling around?
Yeah, it was on like a Segway iPad.
Yeah, a
Segway.
Segway with
Oh my
an
gosh,
iPad, so you could see and he could move around, you could see him and all that, but he
Yeah.
wasn't actually there in person. So we took
That's pretty awesome.
the pony and took him around New York City while we were walking around and took pictures so that
There's so
Fluffy
many
could enjoy
pictures
New
of
York.
Fluffy Pony in New
That's
York.
so
Yeah.
funny.
We've done some really interesting things, just as you two have done.
Yeah, that's the thing, like you said, dude, that you're right. Like, you know, I may not have, like, an entourage fanboy group standing around waiting for autographs or whatever the fuck, but, like, I do get to rub elbows with people like Charlie Lee, the creator of Litecoin, and I do get to hang out with, like, Fluffy Pony and, like, you know, go get tattoos with him in Vegas and shit, and, like, it's just, like, a different vibe for sure, but that's the kind of, like, thing I was aiming for the whole time. Like, the only reason I ever started the podcast like this is to have that soapbox, so I have the opportunity to talk to them, and then after I get to talk to them for an hour on the podcast, we're friends, and like I go to conferences and we hang out, and I'm not like trying to be like the most famous content creator, so I don't throw my camera in Charlie Lee's face every time I'm fucking hanging out.
No, and a lot
I
of times
made
these people
I
are
didn't make a
gravitating
YouTube video
over.
about me getting him food at a conference wearing his badge, you know? Like, I just feel like a lot of those people that would like to hang out with these people, they can't restrain themselves from trying to make clickbait content out of a genuine opportune moment to just bond with somebody. And I can bond with people without thinking, oh, how can I get likes from this or fucking
Yeah.
retweets.
Yeah. No, I totally get it, man. You're
Or
right, and I think
retweets.
people realize that. So, I mean, again, you set yourself up for who you are in a space, and the thing is just to continue it. I like the fact that you're
Thank you.
becoming more mature and that you're being a little bit more politically correct and thinking about consequences, whether good or bad, and making sure that you're doing what's in the best interest of you, your sponsors, your co-host, your bro, your fam, your gang, me. You know, I'm happy to see you growing up, my friend. And you have so much to offer the space. You have so much wisdom when it comes to talking about this technology in a way that other people
absolutely.
don't communicate the way you do, and you're able to capture people. It's your essence, your stank. It just draws people
Stank.
in. And it's stank, but yeah.
I Kenn Bosak stank. That's funny. It's true though. Oh, that's hilarious.
So I'm glad
But
to see
yeah.
you back, my friend. And like I
Same.
said, I definitely want to figure out something where, I mean, I'm going to be, scheduling myself to come on your guys' program, your show, at least once a month. And I still would like to figure out some way of me and Ken doing something like the old days in some capacity, which we've mentioned. So,
Yeah,
keeping
for
each
sure.
other
I just
motivated.
started up Spaces, like I mentioned, with Giannis, Yunice. Unice. What up, girl? Started Spaces with her on Sundays, where we're going to be hanging out for 4 hours or more every
Wow.
Sunday. Just hanging out, talking about all the different topics that went on during the week. So 4 hours is definitely enough time to talk about all the cool shit that
That's a
happens
long
throughout
time.
the week. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And we want to be able to talk about the topics with the audience. It's not just me, her. It's going to be me, her, a special guest co-host, and obviously the community that tunes in will be able to come in, get speaker microphones, and be able to actually give us their opinions, not just listen to ours. I like Spaces for that. It's like kind of like Kill Tony for podcasts. You can do your podcast
Right.
and then let the audience fucking throw tomatoes if they want.
Yeah, I mean,
That's funny.
technically, you could do the same thing by giving out a Zoom link. I could do the same thing with a StreamYard link, but it's all in one
but
platform,
you can
and
get
I do
hella
like that.
canceled that way, though, right? Somebody comes in, says
Yeah.
one slur, and I'm canceled on Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
X.
You're right. You're right.
My ex account. Oh, by the way, the
And
account you tagged, Bryce, was suspended. My account's been lost.
I
That's
wasn't
why
sure which
I used to
one,
get
man.
different one.
I wasn't sure.
It's this. Yeah, it's the Miggy Crypto X. My
I
main
messed
one's
up.
lost in the
What's
ether.
up with you
No, it's
jacking
okay.
the X, man?
I don't know. I got no warning. I have.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you got
the
Rice
link.
TV X. You know what's funny? I have
Yeah.
Spaces TV X. Yo, Rice, do you want that? It's
That's funny.
SPACE, Spaces TV X. So if you wanted to do Spaces on Twitter, I actually,
Wait,
I have
is
the
that the Twitter handle?
Yes, the Twitter handle, Spaces
Oh, nice.
TV
But
X.
why did you
Yeah.
why did you do TVX?
I don't
What are you
know.
trying? What do you guys
I
like?
don't think it has anything to do with
Are you doing
though.
X because you're on X, Miggy, or are you
Yes.
doing X because you're trying to be cool like Rice?
Oh, Miggy Crypto X. It was the only thing available that I didn't have to
Man,
add
you
more
should have just
letters
said you were
to.
trying to be cool like me, man. Come on, you gotta
Oh
let me
yeah, that's
lie
what I
every
meant.
once in a while.
I saw TVX. I was like, yeah, and then Ben Armstrong X. I was like, I gotta join the crowd. I gotta add
Yeah,
X.
and I did TVX
old
because
crypto
it's
crowd.
Spaces. It's like a TV show. It's on X, so Spaces TV on X and Spaces TVX. But
We
yeah,
can share
I mean,
it.
if you want it though, I mean it's yours, man. It's a
We
Twitter
could
account
share
with a
it.
really good handle.
I mean, I'll take it or we can share it. One of the two.
Nah, just take it. I
How
ain't
about
gonna
I
use
take it and I'll just rent it to either one. I'll rent it
Yeah,
to
whatever,
you.
man. Whatever.
I just like grabbing cool names whenever I think of them and they're available. I'm
That's
like,
funny.
no way that name is available. Like I haven't used
Nice.
Spaces ever, and you guys had years to use this, and nobody took Spaces TV and then added X
Right.
to it, like for X for Twitter, like.
Yeah, because
I
I
don't
think
know.
I could, I mean, I could technically, well, with live streams, I could run on both platforms, but Spaces, I don't think I could do both.
I think Spaces is set up to do video. I don't know how yet though, but there's supposed to be a way you could do both.
I think, I don't know if the video thing with Spaces is incorporated for everybody, if it's just being like
Oh.
tested right now
Tested.
by certain people. So they
Well-
may be that, because they haven't made any like
Yeah.
when Ken was telling me about hitting basically the live stream on X where it pops out and you could see a chat.
Right.
They,
The
like
broadcast.
there's no advertisement about that yet, so it's almost like a
Oh.
hidden feature that I
Yeah,
feel like
it's
is,
been like that for a little while too.
and you don't see a lot of people utilizing it unless you point it out to people.
Right. Nobody thinks you could chat on the
Yeah.
video on the streams. And
Okay.
nobody's really watching too many live streams on X really anyways. I think that's why they're really kind of pushing into promoting it and working on it. Because
No, our live streams are doing well, man. Actually,
Oh, nice.
last Wednesday, me, Seth from Mind Your Biz, and Crypto Blood all streamed on all three of our X accounts, and we had over
Yeah.
1,000 people watching
badass.
between the three,
Oh,
which
that's
was
legit, yeah.
overshadowing our YouTube because we were all streaming to our YouTube, and I was streaming to my Rumble, and it just the X completely overshadows it. I'm going to pre-search
Yeah.
live streams and
Yeah, I don't look at anything,
Before-
man. I don't fucking look at YouTube. I don't look
Same.
at any other platform except X. But yes, we are live on YouTube. Yes, we do use
Yeah.
Facebook, but I'm not looking at any of that shit,
Facebook,
bro.
what we get some views, but before my X account was suspended, my other one, I was getting some pretty good views.
Mickey
I
was getting
mine
like
was ramping up.
thousands, yeah.
Yeah, it was like I would get like 300 to 800 during the live stream, and then like after the next couple days, get up to like a few thousand. Like it was going real well, and now I have 0. It's
I got
okay,
one.
though, still love you,
I
X.
want to shout out one of my cousins. He's watching. He got in touch with me. It's one of my second cousins. I just want to shout him out, man.
Give
His
that
name,
shout out.
his name is Lil Wesley. Lil Wesley's big.
Nice.
He's big. He's grown up now.
At Lil Wesley on X. No, I'm just kidding.
He just I mean, he did just create an X account, so I don't know what he called it. So he wanted to
Nice.
watch and create an X account to watch. So
Heck yeah.
he
How do you
was
like?
texting.
How do you like Rumble?
I do like Rumble. It's just what I would say about Rumble is kind of the X stuff is kind of taken over that in a sense. But
Yeah.
X Rumble is more for like your Donald Trump right wing kind of people, your MAGA people. It seems
freedom
to be
fighters.
it seems to be kind of like, when we talk about what's the word that we like to use when we're being boxed in. There's a term for that.
Gaslighters.
No, it's just where they take content creators and content,
Oh.
and it's an echo chamber. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh,
echo
gotcha,
chamber.
gotcha.
So I feel like it's more of an echo chamber. It's more for
Yeah.
people that would be like, don't like the censorship of YouTube, and a lot of those people are critical thinkers and kind of put you in a category. I wouldn't say all Donald Trump kind of people, but I don't
Yeah.
think is as diverse as far as their audience as like a YouTube, and YouTube is still kind of like Bitcoin of cryptocurrency. It's still the big
Right.
dog. So the numbers do matter if you're trying to get sponsors, paid videos, and things like that, because they're going to want to look at your subscriber numbers, your view count, your engagement, and all that. And most of the time, they don't care about Rumble. It's more like a bonus. They're more concerned with YouTube because of, and I think that X is starting to have more relevance where that's becoming something that people are able to utilize. Plus, the monetization of it as well, which I haven't been able to completely do. I provided KYC, but yet they say I need to show proof I'm over 18, and I don't know how to provide much more proof. It's like it's like, what was that movie where
Send them a skin sample.
what's the movie with Super Troopers when they pulled over those guys?
Oh, yeah.
Can't
Like,
pull over any
You
Pull
can't pull
over.
over anymore. Yeah, that's how I felt,
Pull
man.
over.
It's
You
like,
can't
I've already
pull over
given you my
anymore,
ID, man. How else can I prove I'm over 18?
man.
It's
That's so
Najberries,
funny.
man.
Have you looked into Farcaster or Pac Moon or something? They're driven for like content creation and have Web3 aspects. I think I haven't looked into them much, but
No, but they're definitely more than welcome to send me some information, man. I just kind of like, I'm paying attention to what's happening in crypto, but whereas like back when I worked with Bozak, we would deep dive and kind of have a really good understanding of everything that was going on. There's so much happening in the crypto space, and a lot of it I don't even care about, that I
a
don't
lot
want
of
to
it's
know.
nonsense.
And but it's a lot. It's a lot when you're covering.
Yeah,
So, I mean, you can have
for sure.
a channel like Crypto Stash that's just completely dedicated to just gaming, and that there's enough content that you can do that in the cryptocurrency space. So, I can understand where if you're somebody who's like focusing on gaming or DeFi, like you may not care about the idea of real world assets that may not, mean anything to you unless you're just speculating with your satoshis.
Damn, you right. Damn Satoshi speculators, it's all y'all's fault. No,
Ken,
just
you're so
kidding.
quiet over there.
But-
It's not so.
I was rearranging the sponsors list real quick while you were talking.
Nice. I'm just
Nice.
not used to you being so quiet. It's interesting.
I was letting Mickey do his thing.
I'm definitely gonna check out Farcaster though. I think there's at least a small enough audience that could help, drive more content. But I do also plan on doing more gaming aspect or more gaming things. But I think of at least being active on Farcaster and checking some of it out. There's at least a small growing audience to kind of get in early with. But yeah, I think X is pretty much where it's gonna be out for a little while. My Facebook's monetized a little bit. I get micropayments, so I've been staying on there.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's been nice, I guess.
I mean, I hear
better than
some.
nothing.
I hear mixed things with Facebook. I mean, I am live streaming this one on Facebook just to see kind of like what happens with it. I
Yeah.
don't do as much live stuff on Facebook, but I figured the fact that I could do more than one platform, I would add that into the mix. But
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, back when I first started creating content, I mean, there was a lot of other platforms out that have already like kind of fallen by the wayside. These things that were trying to call themselves like decentralized and even decentralized social media. Which the funny thing is, Ken, I don't really think that there's actually been like any actual really. And I know somebody's going to comment and say yes, there is, but I don't really think there's any actual decentralized social media out there at all. And there's definitely not any with video
using it.
necessarily. Like the closest thing with video was Library if you had downloaded the application and you're running a node, because that's how the videos are being stored. But if you're like Odyssey has a lot of these websites are dealing specifically with servers, and if you have a server and you have a website, there's centralized aspects of what you do. So, and that's something else that I've had to learn throughout my journey in cryptocurrency is there is no real definition for decentralization. It all depends on who's talking about it.
Right. Yeah, 100%.
And there's various degrees of decentralization, because when it comes down to Bitcoin's decentralization, there's a really small group of people that control what happens as far as improvements, which I would consider to be centralized. So you have, as distributed as the network is in a decentralized manner, the actual development is just one core team. Whereas I think Satoshi wanted to have multiple teams that would have been fighting in a sense to improve the code, and it would have been incentivization because you have competition versus just a Nazi group of people that took over Bitcoin and control the code and keep it throttled on purpose, like traitors, because they've been infiltrated. Right,
Right.
Ken?
Market making bastards.
Well, they knew the threat. They knew the threat of Bitcoin. So it's like they just had to cripple it.
Destroy
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
That's why. Well, interestingly enough,
Destroy all Bitcoiners.
because Ken was around when we seen the Bitcoin Cash hard fork take place and the argument over that, and we haven't seen any increase in block size.
Are you a big block or a little block guy?
It depends. No, I'm a big blocker.
Big blocker.
It makes so much more sense. And I would encourage people to read Roger Ver's book, the Hijacking Bitcoin. I think you can go to hijackingbtc.com and purchase it, and it kind of goes over a lot of history when it comes to the Bitcoin and the fact of what's been happening to it. Now, the interesting thing, when we started seeing the rise of the ordinals early last year,
Oh yeah.
and then the stamps thing, and then how the protocols
Runes
changed,
and all that.
the runes and tap and all these different things, I realized what was going on, because a lot of those people were actually BSV developers, because they were doing these things on BSV already, and being that it was a lot of the same code, they were able to do it on Bitcoin. And the idea of them doing that obviously congested the network, transaction fees got high. So what they're really pushing is forcing the core developers to have to increase the block size. And a scaled Bitcoin with bigger blocks is definitely a threat to the US dollar, whereas Bitcoin in the form that it's currently in is not. And if we want to look at all these hard forks as test networks, Bitcoin Cash has proven itself. So Bitcoin could upgrade itself in similar ways, instead of keeping it as a store of wealth not being utilized as intended for the peer-to-peer cash. I'm not exactly sure how we got on that part of the conversation, but there's some wisdom for you people.
Yeah. I think it's necessary to talk about those things, like you said, just the different definitions of what these terms that people talk about mean, especially because I really feel like after 2016, 2017, you know, the things really changed as far as like, you know, what people really understood, the terminologies that were used, and like, you know, just the focus. And not to say it's not community focused now or community driven now, but to me it feels much less. You know, for me, what I see for the goal is a lot more short term and a little bit less, you know, for, you know, the betterment of everything that's going on. But, you know, it happens. People get caught up, you know, when shit happens, you're making money. And so it's the game of crypto, and it's fun to play, and eventually people will figure out that these terms, you know what I'm saying, like, will eventually be defined, because we're gonna at some point have to come up with some type of consensus on the degrees of what these terms mean, at least, like you said, like decentralization. So
one of my favorite ones, real quick, last thing, is decentralized in name only.
Oh, nice.
That's a dino. They say that about Republicans in name only, or a Democrat in name only, and so I think it kind of applies.
That's fine, man. Well, I guess since we're gonna wrap it up here, if you want to leave the audience with any last thoughts that you got, and then we'll, you know, let everybody know where to find you. But this has been great. I appreciate you coming.
I always appreciate talking to friends, to bros. It's always good catching up. I'm just glad that Ken's back and that you guys are doing a show on the regular and being consistent, even more consistent than I am. So I'm happy to see that. What I would definitely encourage people that are listening and watching to this broadcast, this live stream, this Not Another Bitcoin podcast, is make sure that you are following all of us on the X.
Yep.
Make sure you're following us and subscribe to us on YouTube, even though we're degrading it. Follow us, follow me on Rumble. I have a website, ricetvx.com, and you can actually watch both of my YouTube channels directly on my homepage without having to go to YouTube itself. And it's just like watching it on YouTube. So, ricetvx.com, check it out.
Yeah.
I got a private side with the paywall where I have some videos that are unreleased, early access. I have a forum set up over there so I can communicate with people, and yeah,
That's cool.
and like I said, I plan on being here. I'm scheduled to come back on the 27th, so
Nice.
it's like nine more days.
That'd be perfect. Yeah, it'll be after
be
mining
coming
disrupt.
back
We'll be able to
from-
talk about that. Yeah.
Cool, yeah, you guys can fill me in because I'm definitely too short a notice for me to go to this. And plus, you know, like there was another mining conference that just happened a couple of months ago, and I'm not a big fan of mining conferences.
Yeah, same.
They're-
But
They're not real
I
exciting.
definitely want.
If somebody
No, and
paid,
that's-
if somebody paid my airfare and my hotel, I'll go.
Yeah,
100%. But
that
I'm
definitely
not.
makes it easier.
It's the fact, like, it's a really boring event, man. And talking to those guys is even worse.
Really?
is,
and I think
I'm
that's
so
why I
excited.
Excited. That's so funny.
Yeah.
I'm such a.
I wanna
fucking
make
It's
nerd.
because you're
mining
such a tech
exciting.
nerd. You used to like play with foam parts for a living.
Nerd. I wanna make
really
it
wanna
fun.
go play with them. Like I know that they're gonna have some miners that I can play with and look at and like.
Yeah,
check
I
out.
want to get a miner. I want to make content about miners and get mining into gaming. That's what I want to do.
The person to
That's the
talk
one
to is Seth from Mind Your Biz. He can help you out with getting set up and all that. It's like one of his specialties.
Well, I want to be given a miner. I don't want to pay for it.
You know
Well,
what?
but
We
he-
could do
he
like
can-
Bitcoin. We could do like Bitcoin miners for kids and call it miners mining miners.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
Miners on miners. That's miners for miners. All right, let's wrap it
Miners
up.
for
guys.
miners. That's awful, man. We're gonna get banned.
The
For
algorithm
miners
is
by
like.
miners.
We're talking
Like
about
Fubu.
coal miners for Bitcoin miners.
It'd
We're
be
not
like
talking
Fubu.
about children. There's no Jeffrey Epstein here, okay, guys?
For MBM. For
No-
miners by
Nope,
miners.
no ditties either.
No
Oh
diddles.
my
All right.
god.
Well.
All right.
All right. Peace. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Find us
have a
on
day,
Twitter.
everybody.
Much
Yeah,
love.
please follow Miggy Crypto X. Don't forget we're live on multiple X accounts, so you can go ahead and hit us with a like on Rice's X, my X,
Rice
Miggy's
TV
X. Yeah, dude, all the X's. We're live on multiple
go.
accounts, so if you want to participate in this, head on over to Telegram. The link is at kennbosak.xyz. If you go ahead and go to that website, you'll see a link to Telegram, and then you can click a link there, and you'll be able to like produce the show, just like we're all sharing it while we're live. You can be like having a live stream on your channel, like us. So check it out. All right, I'm gonna go now. Bye.
See
Bye.
y'all. Goodbye.
Hello, happy bros. Hey, you're about to get a face full of the Kenn Bosak. He's a mentor. That's what I heard. He's a connector. Oh yeah. He's a brilliant leader. I've seen it. He's Kenn Bosak. Oh, happy bro. You gotta get some Bitcoin and hold it. Happy bros. You gotta get those NFTs and you gotta hodl that stuff. You gotta hodl it. 'Cause I'm Kenn bro. We got your Bitcoin, bro. He's an original. Buy some NFTs and hold them. How many times does he have to tell you? Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. 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 Yeah, we're going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Bro, we're going to the moon. Oh yeah, we're going to the moon. We're gonna get real high. Real high. Yep. Real high. Hello, happy bros. Come get some Kenn Bosak.